All right, welcome back to King FX Trading Mastery. If this is your first time you'll be watching any of our video, make sure you click that subscribe button and ensure you activate the bell icon so that you can be notified anytime we upload our new content. And be sure to share this with your family and friends, and don't forget to drop your comments and hit the like button. All right, so guys, for those who are watching this for the first time, what you are seeing right in front of you, this is called the King strategy. This is the combination of moving averages, stochastic, and RSI, and this strategy has well over 75% win rate. Okay, so if you really want to learn more about this strategy, ensure you watch this video to the end. And you can also check the description below for a link on how to set up the parameters for the moving averages and the trending conditions. Okay, and we also have a video for the Snipper entry where you can use small stop loss like 6 pips, 7 pips, or 10 pips to catch a big reward. We also have a video for this. Make sure you watch this video to the end, and we also have a lot of educational content right on our channel that can better your trading career. Okay, make sure you feel free to explore. All right, so let's get down with this week analysis. According to our record, 65 to 70% of the trade we called out, we analyzed last week, played out as expected, which left us in good profits, and few of them were invalidated. Okay, which means the trend change as analyzed. So this week we've had good setup for you guys, and this week analysis is between Monday, September 13th to Friday, September 17th, 2021. Monday, September 13th to Friday, September 17th, 2021. All right, so stay with me, guys. The first pair I want to be looking at is EURNZD. And for those who are watching this for the first time, we'll be taking an entry based on 1 hour, and we'll be using 4 hours as our time frame. And of course, we'll be analyzing from weekly back to H1. All right, so the first one I'll take a look at is EURNZD. According to H1 and H4, EURNZD is currently sell bias. So the weekly, we see the weekly candle close in a big red candle, which indicates to us that we should expect more downside during this coming week. So we expect EURNZD to travel far more to where we have the red support at 1.0016. Okay, but we understand this may not get to this destination in one week, may take 2 to 3 weeks or more. Okay, so the daily candle also closed in red, and we see a strong momentum to the downside on this pair. So this indicates to us that we should expect more downside on EURNZD. Okay, so the next thing we'll do is to wait for a pullback on EURNZD and catch your sell entry to the downside. And our first target is going to be this green support at 1.0266. And if this level get broken, we have a long target ahead to the downside. All right, so EURNZD is a good one, a good trade to look out for a sell. Swiss franc JPY. Swiss franc JPY is currently sell bias according to H1 and 4. So the weekly candle, we see this close in red, right? So we should expect more downside on this to where we have a red support at 118.59, and the daily candle, we see this close in green. Okay, so with this in mind, we may see some slight pullback on the lower time frame, but the rejection we are seeing on the daily candle tells us that the pullback has probably happened. So we should expect more downside once markets open. So coming back to the entry time frame, okay, you see this cross to the downside. So we want to wait for minor pullback right there towards the 120 moving average. Then we take our sell entry to the downside, and the green support right here at 119.43 is going to be our first take profit, and if that level get broken, we are heading higher to the red support at 118.59. Swiss franc JPY, it's a good one to look out for a sell. Look out for a sell on Swiss franc JPY. CADJPY is also sell bias, a strong momentum to the downside. The weekly candle gave us a bearish engulfing, so we should expect more downside on this pair. So the red support at 84.62 during this coming week, and the daily candle, we see this close a perfect shooting star candle. All right, so we should expect more downside. This is a clear symbol that this is going to continue to the downside. So we should expect CADJPY on the daily to drop down to 85.43. Okay, so that's the daily target for CADJPY. So coming back to the entry time frame, we wait for the pullback back to the 120 moving average, and we'll catch our entry to the downside. All right, so our daily target is at the green support, which is 85.43. all right, so that's our daily support, and if that level get broken, of course, we are heading to the red support below. All right, so CADJPY, this is also a good trade to look out for. CADJPY, look out for a sell. EURNZD. EURNZD is currently sell bias according to H1 and 4. The weekly candle, we see this close in green with some pullback from the upside to the downside. So we should expect this to pull down towards the red support at 1.6334. Okay, we should expect that this pair to move down to that red support on the weekly side. So for the daily side, we see this close in red. Okay, this is more or less like an indecision candle, but we're going to wait and see what price is going to present to us. But for the daily side, we expect this to at least pull down a little bit more to the green support at 1.6480. Okay, that's the green, that is the daily target for EURNZD. So, and the entry time frame is we've seen the pullback right here. Okay, once the cross happens to the downside between 5 and 12 EMA, it's going to be a good one to take a trade to the downside. EURNZD, it's a good one to sell. EURNZD, look for a sell. EURGBP is currently down. Okay, so we should look for a sell. So the weekly candle on EURNZD, we have a perfect bearish engulfing candlestick. So very, very optimistic that this pair EURGBP is going to pull down to where we have the red support at 0.8452 during this coming week. While the daily candle, we see this close in red as well. So the daily support is at this green support right here at 0.8505. all right, so this is going to be the daily support, and the red is the weekly support. All right, so the we should expect on our entry time frame, we should expect some pullback on EURGBP. We've seen the pullback already. If it goes up a little bit more, fine, and if it does not, fine. So once the cross happens to the downside, it's going to be a good trade to take for a sell. So get out of the trade for our first profit at this green support, while the red support is going to be the weekly target. EURGBP, this is going to be a good one to look out for a sell as well. EURGBP, look for a sell. GBPJPY is currently buy bias according to H1 and 4. The weekly candle, we see this close as a perfect indecision candle, which means we should expect during this coming week, we should expect GBPJPY to either go up or down. but based on long-term targets and based on experience, we hope this is going to keep going down. We suspect this is going to keep going down, so we're going to see what is going to happen because this is currently trading at a significant supply zone. Okay, so the daily candle, we see this, the weekly candle is on the indecision candle, but based on H1 and 4, as we are still currently buy bias, we should expect this to pull all to the red resistance at 155.93. All right, according to this strategy, it still tells us that we are still buy bias. So the daily candle, we see this close in green with some rejection from the upside. So with this, if this pair should keep pushing up, we want to get out of this trade at this green resistance, which is at 153.27. All right, so the entry time frame, we see this as pullback to the just pullback to the 120 moving average. So once the cross happens to the upside, it's going to be a good one to look out for a buy trade. And if it does not, if the 5 and 2 of the blue and black EMA crosses down below the red, which it means we are looking for more downside and the setup has been invalidated. So GJ is still currently look out for a buy, but we have to be careful with the setup as well. So GJ look for a buy. GU is currently buy bias according to H1 and 4. The weekly candle tells us that gave us close in red, but this we can see some rejection from the downside to the upside. This is not a perfect engulfing it's not a perfect inside, but I beg your pardon, due to the tail. So we should expect this to keep pushing up towards the red resistance at 1.3981 during this coming week. And the daily candle, we see this close in red with some big rejection from the upside to the downside, a perfect pin bar candle. All right, so guys, with this we should expect GU on the long term to either continue to the downside, but according to H1 and 4, we are still currently buy bias. So the resistance right here for the daily resistance is 1.3889 for GU. Okay, so right now we've seen the pullback. If the cross you happen to the upside, take the trade and take part of your profit at the green resistance level, which is at 1.3889. And if this level get broken, we are heading to the upper resistance. But take note, if these two EMA crosses to the downside, it means the signal is invalidated. So make sure you keep an eye on that. GBP USD is still good for a buy. GU look for a buy. GCHF is currently buy bias according to H1 and 4. The weekly candle, we see this close in green. Okay, so this tells us that we should expect this pair to pull out to the tail of this candle at 1.2796. Okay, that's the resistance for the weekly. So we should expect GCHF to pull up to that level before we can see a significant drop, if ever is going to happen. Okay, while the daily, we see this, the daily candle, we see this close in green. All right, so but based on what we're seeing right now, the daily candle is sitting at a resistance. So we should just wait and see what's going to happen, but we expect price to pull up to this, to the red resistance during this coming week. Okay, so according to H1 and 4, which is buy bias, GCHF is still buy bias. So if the cross should happen to the upside, let's look for a buy and take part of your profit at this green resistance at 1.2733. And if that level get broken, it means we are heading up to the red resistance ahead. Okay, so GCHF look for a buy. GCHF look for a buy. GCAD GBPCAD is currently buy bias according to H1 and 4, and we've seen the cross right here on H1. So the weekly candle, we see this close in a strong momentum candle, as I normally call it, a strong momentum candle without tail without much tail at the top. So this is a strong momentum candle for me, according to based on my experience. So we should expect more pull up from this pair towards the resistance at 1.7779 during this coming week. And the daily candle, we see this also close as also close in green. So the daily resistance for this is at this green level right here at 1.7627. All right. So with that in mind, we should expect some pullback on GCAD, and wait for pullback and catch your entry to the upside. All right, catch your entry to the upside. GBPCAD, look for a buy. GBPCAD, look for a buy. NZDCAD is the next one I want to talk about. NZDCAD is currently buy bias according to H1 and 4. And the weekly candle, we also see this close in green. Okay, so we should expect more upside on this pair. It is currently sitting at the supply zone right now, but we expect this supply to get broken and head up to the higher to the red resistance above. So the red resistance right here at 0.9329 is the weekly target for this. Okay, but price may not get there in 1 week, but that is the overall target. So the daily candle also closed in strong green candle to the upside, momentum candle. So we should expect this pair NZDCAD to at least touch the the green resistance before any significant pullback may happen. So we expect this to touch the green resistance at 0.9082. All right. So coming back to the entry time frame, let's wait for the pullback. Wait for the pullback, catch your entry to the upside, and exit your first profit before the green resistance above. All right. NZDCAD is a good one to look out for a buy. NZDCAD, look out for a buy. NZD Swiss franc is good to look out for a buy. Okay, so NZD Swiss franc is currently buy bias according to H1 and 4. So the weekly candle, we see this. We expect this to pull up to the red resistance at 0.6726, because reason is simply because the previous week candle shows a strong momentum candle, and we've seen the indecision candle close above the break above the candle. So we expect anything can still happen right here anyway, but we are still currently buy bias. So we expect it to pull up to 0.6726, okay, as the weekly target, while the daily target, we expect it to pull up to the red resistance at 0.6626, okay. So with that in mind, the pullback has already happened on NZD Swiss franc. Okay, once the cross happen to the upside, it's going to be a good one to catch. All right. So NZD Swiss franc, look out for a buy. NZD Swiss franc, look out for a buy. Look out for a buy on NZD Swiss franc. The next pair I want to talk about is USDJPY. USDJPY is currently sell bias according to H1 and 4. Okay, so the weekly candle, this pair has actually been ranging for the past few months. It has always been ranging on the weekly time frame for the past few months, but nevertheless, we still expect this to pull down to this red support at 108.70. We analyzed last week to expect the pullback to come to this level, but price is still ranging at an area. So we should expect anything to happen, either break to the upside or to the downside, but our weekly target for this is at 108.70. All right. So while the daily, we expect it to pull down to the red to the green support at 109.04 during this coming day. So based on this, we've seen the pullback already. So if the cross to the downside should happen, it's going to be a good one to take a sell trade. Take a sell trade, and the green resistance, sorry, green support, I beg your pardon, is going to be our first target. But you may actually take some profit before you get to that level, since it's going to be a long journey. Okay, USDJPY, look out for a sell. USDJPY, look out for a sell. UCAD, USDCAD is currently buy bias right now. Okay, so with this in mind, due to the weekly the weekly target, we expect this to pull up to this red resistance at 1.2945. okay, that's the weekly target, because we've seen the candle close as a bullish engulfing, so we should expect more upside with on the USDCAD towards the red resistance. Okay, while the daily target is still at the last high, which is here. Okay, so the daily target is going to be 1.2759, and we've seen the daily candle close as a perfect hammer. All right, a clear symbol that we should expect more upside on this pair. So USDCAD is good for a buy. So wait for a pullback to the 120 moving average on H1 and catch your buy entry to the upside and exit your first profit at the green resistance, which is 1.2759. And if that level get broken, we are of course moving ahead to the red resistance. This is going to be a good trade as well. USDCAD, look for a buy. USDCAD, look for a buy. Last thing I want to talk about is gold. Gold last week, we analyzed that we expected this level to get broken right here. Okay, we said if this does not get broken, then we should expect more downside. You can take a quick look at last week video analysis. So we expected this to either break up or continue to the upside, but since it does not break up and it has been giving a sell signal, okay, so with this we should expect more downside on gold, okay, because it is currently sell bias according to this strategy. So the weekly candle, we see this close in red, a strong red candle to the downside. So we should look out to more downside on this pair. Okay, so we expect gold to travel far down to the red support at 1683.18. all right, so we understand price may not get to this place in 1 week, may take 2 weeks or thereabout, but that is the overall target. So the daily, we see this close in red as well, so clear evidence that we should expect more downside. So the daily target for this is at the green support, which is 1748.59. okay, so with that in mind, we should expect some pullback on the lower time frame, or pullback on the entry time frame and catch our entry, because but since gold is highly volatile, it is really advisable for you to take a sniper entry or now to take small stop loss so that you can have a very huge reward. So gold is a good one to the downside, so we should expect gold to keep pushing down a little bit small. Okay, so look for a sell on gold, guys. So this is all I have for you today. So now a quick review. AUD NZD, look for a sell. Swiss franc JPY sell. Swiss franc CADJPY sell. Euro NZD sell. Euro GBP sell, GJ buy, GU buy, GCHF buy, GCAD buy, NZDCAD buy, NZD Swiss franc buy, USDJPY sell, USDCAD buy, gold sell. All right. So the weak pair I have for you according to this strategy is Canadian dollar is still weak, Swiss franc is still weak. All right. And euro is also a little bit weak. And the strong pair we can be able to pinpoint right here is GBP is averagely strong. All right. So we are still expecting a lot of this pair to take their position to determine long-term trend. So guys, stay focused this week and don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you are yet to subscribe, and feel free to explore our channel to look out for more videos. And if you really enjoy this content, make sure you drop your comment in the chat box, hit the like button, share this with your loved ones. And if you want to join us on our Telegram group, there's a link in the description box below. Make sure you click it, join us on Telegram. And every Sunday we do have general training on Forex. Okay, and time is 8 p.m. Nigerian time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. London time. So make sure you join us, and we hope to see you guys next week. Thank you so much. Bye bye for now. Wish you success in your trading. Happy trading, and God bless. Bye bye for now.